This is the Opel Combo Life, model added to the range not that long ago. It's an interesting vehicle because it asks a couple of questions, like, is this a car? Is it a van? Or is it a bus? Or could it just be all three? You come around over here, you'll see you've got pretty nice little mag wheels on over here. On this model as standard, so you've got touches like that. It's got a lot of the contradictions with luxuries. It's got lots of luxuries, yet it can be a working vehicle, and that makes it pretty interesting. Obviously, it's got a very high roofline, and that's for a good reason. A nice feature over here, of course, is you've got sliding doors on both sides, but I've got to tell you, they are a little bit heavy in use. And that's something I have noticed with this vehicle, is everything's solid, typical German, but a little bit heavy in use. But something that is nice, of course. Now, you can see you've got 3 seats in the back, almost separate seats, and very interestingly, Isofix on all 3. So, mommy, you could even have 3 little ones in the back of this one if you wanted. Then what you do is you press there, and note the base of the seat slides forward while you do it. You drop down 2/3, 1/3, and of course that's where it becomes a van. And you'll see it from the back as well in a moment. But again, I've got to mention, the seat is pretty heavy and solid. You come around, as I said, the sliding door, and you come to the rear tailgate over here. 5-seater, check the space. And of course you saw the space in 7-seat. Nice solid shelf, which you can put at 2 different heights as well, if you want to do that for safety and for usage. Your spare wheel being underneath over there so it doesn't encroach in the boot area at all. So it's got all these kind of features. You have a look over here. The big rear tailgate, which does have a strap to pull down. And again, closes. Heavy-ish, but you can't complain. You've got rear park distance control beepers over there. No reverse camera. Well, you got to think about that, and that's something you would decide for yourself. But all very, very neat. You got your little squared effect on the tail lights over here with this triangular one over here. So pretty distinctive looks all round. Let's check it out inside now, and then we can really see what it's like for a driver and to live with it. Behind the wheel of the Combo Life, you can see it's not a bad place to be in any way whatsoever. Instrumentation is basic but very comprehensive. What more can you ask for? You've got your trip computer, which you just scroll through. I'll show you now. It's at the end of the stalk, and you simply twist the end of the stalk over there to change the settings. And very simple. We've done 574.9 kilometers on this test, and I want you to see a figure there. Look at that. 5.4 liters per 100. Now, that included our fuel run, which ended at 5.0. We've then done all the other mileage, another 400 plus kilometers of general driving, and we're still on 5.4 for the entire test. That doesn't happen very often. You've got a multifunction steering wheel over here. It even has cruise control. So it's got a lot of the luxury touches. And that's something, you've got luxury, you've got basic, you've got luxury, you've got practical, you've got commercial. It keeps crossing these boundaries, and that's what I find very interesting. Another very unusual but useful touch is a nice little storage area in front of the driver, in front of the steering wheel over here. Nice and deep, very useful. Don't see that too often. Come across, nice big screen over here, which you press button over there, and it gives you your different options. That goes to your radio. You press that one, and that's your parking sensors on and off, etc. It's got all those. It says navigation over there, but again, you need to use smartphone connection with that. I've got to admit, my phone linked instantly on this car, but I don't know why I could not get my maps up using Android Auto on this car. Probably me, but just mentioning it to you. Come down, air conditioning. Yes, it's single zone, but it works very nicely. And in fact, it's even got the climate control type function to it, where you can set temperatures. So again, useful. Over there's a little button that, quite honestly, I don't know why you would ever want. but you can switch the traction control on and off. And in front of that, I've got to show you this, very unusual, is a space over here which I used to store my cell phone in. But obviously the air conditioning is ducted through there as well. If you like a cold cell phone, it's a good place to keep it. But it does work, it's practical. Then you look over here, you've got little slots for keeping bits and pieces and all kinds of little things. And down at the bottom there, of course, you've got a nice 2 cup holders, or alternatively, you've got another 2 cup holders at either end of the dashboard, both sides. So you've got features like that as well that are nice and useful and functional. Come back to the center over here, you've got this very high-mounted manual gearbox. 5-speed manual, very efficient, very effective. Again, the shifts are, I would call them slow and deliberate. But it's not a sports car, what are you expecting? Nice and comfortable, no complaint about it, but you take your time and it's smooth and easy. And when you put it into reverse, you do get, if you turn the engine on, you'll see the park beepers come up like that and show you that over there. And when I switched on the engine, you may have noticed, yes, this is powered by a diesel engine. It's Opel's 1.6 litre 4-cylinder diesel with turbo, but interesting, and this again, the same engine as in the Crossland X, where I found I almost did not believe the figures quoted. 68 kilowatts sounds very, very low, 230 newton meters of torque. But this car belies the figures. It goes nicely, it can cruise at 120, even 130 all day if you wanted to. It's got all those things and returns that fuel consumption that I've shown you over a week's driving. So it certainly gives you all the options. Another nice feature I found was this armrest that folds up and down for the driver. And it just somehow was at exactly the right height. I got the seat, everything at the right height to make it very comfortable for me when driving. Something you'll either want or not want. Got very good durable cloth upholstery over here. And you can see the space in the back seat. I showed it to you from the outside. You look again from the inside. Lots and lots of room in the back. Coming back to the front over here, to the dashboard, and you'll see you've got a top cubby opening at the top over here, and lots of little storage spots all over the place, even down at the bottom. And you've got this whole rounded effect on the whole dashboard, the cascading effect. I think it looks pretty useful and pretty neat. If you come up above my head now, you'll have a look. There's a shelf above the driver and passenger. If this is being used for delivery purposes, that's for the papers, for the documents, for the delivery documents, things like that. Certainly, I think it works. And then this has got one other really nice feature as far as I'm concerned. 6 airbags. Not a bad airbag count for your safety. Again, for family use. So, my question here is, what is the Opel Combo Life? Is it a car? Is it a bus? Or is it a van? I think it's all three. Interesting that Opel don't offer a 7-seat option, because there's certainly room in the back to put another 2 seats over there, but obviously compromising boot space. But as an airport shuttle for lots of luggage for 5, can work. As a delivery van when you drop those seats, totally works. Or as a family car, because interestingly, although this is van underpinnings and based on a van, I found the ride very comfortable, very smooth, very relaxed. I use the word relaxed a lot here because it is a relaxed drive. It's not a racing car. Don't expect it to be. And you won't be disappointed in that sense. So if you want it for that, if you're an adventurous type, think of bikes in the back and things like that. That's the kind of use I see for this vehicle. It's an interesting market segment. Currently, there's only one competitor available, and that's the VW Caddy. Now, I haven't mentioned to you that this is the only derivative available in South Africa at the moment, the Life Enjoy, as they call it. Price at the moment, 389,000 Rand. It does include a 3-year 45,000 service plan in the price. The only competitor, the VW Caddy, if you take the 1-litre 5-seater version, comes in at very much the same money. That's the petrol version. If you want the turbo diesel version, which does pack a little bit more punch at 81 kilowatts and 250 newton meters, you go up to 492,000 Rand, another 100,000 Rand. And money talks, doesn't it? So, if this is your lifestyle, you want the versatility, you want the adjustable, you want the multi-use, there aren't too many choices. And the Combo Life certainly is a good choice in this market. Whether it suits you or not, only you can decide. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.